everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Katie Moonchild's world. I'm Katie. Excuse me. And this is Saturday Solutions. And yeah, look where I'm sitting. I got the room all done. No more bedroom action. No more bedroom stuff. Today, I have, I don't know about you guys, but I keep waking up in the mornings feeling anxious. So I thought, today, let's see what we can do about finding some solutions for this anxiety we're feeling. Does that sound like a plan to you? So bear with me. I have not shuffled or dealt cards. As a matter of fact, I'm switching right now so that you can see the card decks that I am using as they are in their boxes. So let me switch over to my other camera. And here we are. Okay, as it gets all nice and focused in. The main part of the reading is going to come from the Sign of the Times Oracle by Crystal Banner. We always have a message from our animals that live around us about how we are doing as far as the anxiety goes. And this deck of cards is to give us just one little reminder on how to stay in the moment. You're feeling anxiety, first of all, you need to know what's going on. You're feeling anxiety, guess what? You're too much in the future, and you have no control over that. So, come back, and let's get into the present moment, okay? So, let's pick these two up right at the moment. Well, this is my chair beside me while we get these ready. Okay. Sorry, the back of these cards will kind of make me dizzy to look at, but they're fun to use. I love this deck. Now stop! Tell ya. Okay. I love this deck. Move my ruler. I had craft the other night, and that was my initiation to coming back into my workspace. Feels so good to be back in here. Come on. There. Trying to drop something that was in my lap. I'm sorry. Okay. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. One more time. Please, one more time. I hope you all are doing okay. We had quite a week. I don't know about you guys, but I'm really getting exhausted. And things just get worse and worse and worse. But you know what? Kinda has to. You know, we're gonna burn the building down. You gotta burn the building down, I guess. Anyway, you see that card right there? That's our first card. So let me get it back up on the, you know? Oop. If I couldn't pull it up on my phone, we'd be in big trouble. So, one. Up. Base, please. 4. And 5. See what I mean by trying to make you dizzy? I'm sorry. I apologize for the backs. Card on the bottom, which is the energy of the whole reading, is about relationships. What we're tied to. How interesting. Leave that card out. Put the rest of the deck away. Now, see. We need one more. We need the There are pets. These are so big. I pre-shuffle them. We're just going to pick one out of the center deck. Let's put this here, like so. And last but not least, what do we need to know about living in the present moment? Do the same thing with these cards. Just pull one out of the middle of the deck and go with it. Okay. I'm ready. Finally. Let's do this. Okay. I don't have any idea where my pointer is right at the moment. I put it in a safe place. You know how that goes. Yeah. Let's switch these two. Put Eckhart Tolle over here with our therapists. And then the energy of the deck can stay over here with relationships. That is a 35 card, which is, pull this towards me here, an 8 card, which is about accomplishment, action, and mastery in our relationships. Ooh, okay. So, basically, this spread says I'm anxious as, I'm anxious AF. Let's just put it that way. So let's find out. This card right here is our first card, and it asks us, where's this energy coming from? The root of my anxiety, where's it coming from? Can you tell me, please? It's coming from our ancestors, from our family tree. This is a 42. It's a 6 card. It's also more than just your ancestry. It's the tree of life. It's honoring all of our roots, where we came from, the cultures that we come from, and understanding that the reason why things in the past did not work is because, things are not supposed to work forever. They work for the time they're designed to be with. And for a very long time, the dark side has had a lot of control. But those times are over. And that's where a lot of this anxiety is coming from. Our ancestors are here screaming at us, don't let them get away with this. This is up to you to fix this. So, with that being the 6th card, it's about harmony, cooperation, and healing. See what the book's, just quickly look at the book, see what it has to say. This is a relatively new deck for me, so bear with me, please. Number 42, the tree. A tree is only as strong as its roots, which tend to extend deeper into the earth with each generation. They carry the name and bloodline of those who came before you. You carry the name and bloodline of those who came before you, as well as their strengths and struggles, their triumphs and traumas. Honor these ancestors by living in your purpose and learning more about where you come from. If you don't know your ancestors, you don't know anything about your ancestors, I highly suggest that you might want to try researching it. You know your name and you know your parents' name. That's all you need to know. The rest of it will come. This card could indicate a family or legacy-related matter that needs your attention. possibly involving property, inheritance, or uncovering a truth from the past. You may be the one who has been assigned that task of breaking the generational curses. An additional meaning to this card is the place offering on your altar. Place offerings on your altar. Connect with ancestral patience. Connect with ancestral practices. Spend time learning from your family. Your family may be growing, or find strength and comfort in where you come from. So, what I'm hearing in this card, where this energy is coming from, this anxiety is coming from, you're not feeling very strong in your foundation, in your relationships, old, past, and present. So you're concerned about how are you going to be able to maintain anything new that comes along. And we have to give up old things to bring in new things. And so there's anxiety about who are we going to be asked to give up? This is tricky. This is very, very tricky. So, why does this energy continue to bother me? These ancestral things, the things from the past that I have not paid a lot of attention to. Because there's so much possibility in the world if we can all cross borders and get along. Can you imagine what a beautiful place this is if we could all work together in a win-win situation for everyone concerned? The manufacturer, the owner, the manufacturer, the idea guy, the consumer. Stop and think about that. There's a lot more to the globe than just a bunch of borders. You know what? Those only work on something created by man because the borders are created by man. Yeah, some of them do follow natural border lines, like rivers and valleys and mountain ranges, but nah. Our borders should not stop our possibility as a species. Come on, come back. Let's focus in. Thank you. Our possibilities as a species. So, our ancestry continues to bother us. Oh, come on. There we go. Our ancestry continues to bother us because our boundaries keep changing. Our physical boundaries keep changing. I know as someone who is older, I was really into geometry in school. Sorry, not geometry. Geography. I'm terrible at geometry. I can cut it. I can measure it 10 times and still cut it wrong. Anyhow, I used to be really good at, making maps and knowing where to place the towns versus the mountains versus the creeks and the lakes and the rivers and things like that. And now, since I was in school, there's been so many wars. Those boundaries have all changed just to suit the winner of a conflict. I'm tired of it. I don't know about you all. I'm tired of it. So the possibilities are endless if we work together as a globe. and not just as individual factions or countries. You'll find that, see the 31? It is a 4 card, which is about manifestation, stability, and foundations. So we want global possibility in our relationships. The foundation has to come from our ancestors and honoring our ancestors. Next card is, what's an action I can take to ease this anxiety? Look at those power lines. What do you have to do to look at those power lines when you're outside? You got to look up. This card is a 9 card. Preparing for the end of things. So this is saying the action that you can take to ease your anxiety is to keep looking up, not looking down. Pay attention to the bright and positive light energies, not those energies that make you mad. And when you find yourself feeling mad or sad or reactionary, emotional, and your basic primal ego, take a moment, breathe, look up past the power lines. What colors do you see in the clouds? If there are any clouds. And if you don't have any clouds, I'll tell you what, I live somewhere. I have so much blue sky 90% of the time. I live in the desert. But that sky is different as it goes from the horizon to right directly above my head. The shades of blue involved are amazing. Look up. If you want to stop the anxiety. Also, the very act of looking up, I don't know if you ever noticed that, forces you to take a breath because you're bending your neck. It kind of constricts your windpipe. So when you do that, and it's, for me anyway, it seems natural to just kind of take a breath. Give it a try. You tip your head back and you breathe. So, makes sense to me. I don't know about you. That is a 9 card, like I said, which is about fulfillment and attainment and fruition. We're watching things coming to fruition. And as that has happened, a lot of things have fallen away. And as the new things start coming forward, we will be taking stock of what is gone, what has fallen away. And some of those things will be surprising, and some of those things will be worth celebrating. It's quite an exciting time of unlimited possibility. So, what can I practice to help me help me feel more grounded? What can I practice to help me feel more grounded? I love it. Wonder. Don't lose your childhood wonder. Connect with that inner child and look at the world around you. It is so interesting how that bug lights up the sky. Might not be very much or big light, but his world's lit up. And let me tell you, if you ever see a frog that swallows one of these guys whole, and he's still alive inside the frog, you can see through the frog's skin, you can see that iridescent light. Is that crazy or what? Fireflies are a wonder to behold. They really are. Anything that produces its own light. But guess what? That's you. That's me. We just don't realize it. We get so hung up in the games of the material world, we don't see the light we've spread and produce. And that all comes from our sense of wonder. That is such a positive energy because you're wide open to things when you are all absorbed in a sense of wonder. This card is a master number, number 44, which is an 8, of course, which is once again, hey, we had number 8. Where did we have number 8 before? We had it somewhere. Oh, over here. Basic energy of the reading. We're back up here. Same thing. Same energy. The 8 energy, which is about accomplishment. Excuse me as I choke on my own saliva there. Accomplishment, action, mastery. That little firefly knows he's going to get munched by whatever sees him. If he shines that light, the odds of it are really high that someone's going to come along and think he's a tasty morsel. But in nature, sometimes those bright colors and bright attraction devices are also a caution or a warning. He may not taste very good once you get him inside you. Ask that frog who has one who's still alive inside his tummy. Anyway, in your sense of wonder, practice your sense of wonder. Honor that sense of wonder. So that way you're going to feel more grounded. Yeah, I like this. I like this. What affirmation will help me when I feel like this again? Oh, that's interesting. Lightning. It's a disruption card. I'm just going to look that up in the book. That is interesting. Like a flash of lightning that illuminates the night sky without warning, this card wants you to not just expect the unexpected, but embrace it. The unknown and unanticipated cause. The unknown and get my mouth and my brain to connect. Unanticipated cause. Woo! Many people to fear the worst, but that's not always the case. This is a card of events happening suddenly, out of the blue. A single sentence can reveal information that changes everything. Or you can turn around and have a life-altering experience right on the sidewalk or in your own kitchen. Try that again. This is a card of events happening suddenly, out of the blue. A single sentence can reveal information that changes everything. Or you could turn around and have a life-threatening experience right on the sidewalk or in your own kitchen. These moments are a shock to the system, whether positive or negative. Since you can't plan for surprises by definition, this card is a lesson in the unpredictable nature of life. Lightning? Yeah. Shocking change. An action of God. Enlightenment and unpredictability all go with the deception card. And it's interesting because lightning, no matter how you look at it, it just looks like it's just this little thin thing of light. As a matter of fact, I used to know someone who worked in a lab here that studied lightning. We have a lot of lightning strikes here in Arizona. And they study it here. And she worked, I believe, as an accountant for the lab. But anyway, she told us a few interesting little facts. Like, the average lightning bolt is only as big around as a number 2 pencil. But the light it gives off shows you the amount of energy that's packed in and concentrated into that little thin line. It has more power than the sun, yet it's only as big around as a number 2 pencil. Yeah, if you guys, I'm aging myself. If you know what a number 2 pencil is, if you take standardized tests, I'm sure you should know. Anyway, this card is also a warning that there are things coming in the future that will be a disruption for our focus on the endless possibilities and wonder. The most important thing is that to understand that systems have been set up, some of them kind of weakly, but they have been set up and they have been working by our ancestors to help protect us and our future. That intention alone helps to bring in positive energy. So keep looking up. Don't give up. And while you're doing that, to keep that power to looking up going, talk to that inner child of yours. Hug that kid. Tell that kid you're there for that child. Where is your sense of wonder? Show me what you need to know. I'm ready to expand and show my light. And as you're doing that, those little bolts and items and things that are being tossed at us that are nothing but deception won't even affect you. You won't see it because it's only the size as big around as a number 2 pencil. That card is a 5 card, which talks about conflict, change, and inevitability. There will be disruption. You can count on that. We're talking about relationships here. When you have more than one person involved in a situation, that's a relationship. And there will be disruptions. There will be different cultures from ancestries, different energies from experiences. But none of that should affect your sense of wonder and the knowledge that the world is full of ultimate possibilities, as long as we do not give in to the disruption. And that, my friends, is a really powerful reading. I thank you for that. Holy cow. Mr. Tolley, what do you have to tell us about living in the moment? We're talking anxiety here, which doesn't go with living in the moment. That's living in the future, right? So what does he say? He says, give close attention to sensory perception. This takes you out of the unconscious stream of thinking and into the present moment. Thus, sensory perception can become a portal into presence. Wow. Well, there you go. That one card was asking, what do we need to do to change this energy? Give close attention to sensory perception. This takes you out of the unconscious stream of thinking and into the present moment. Thus, sensory perception can become a portal into presence. I love that. Very good. Thank you, sir. And finally, our message from our wonderful critters that live around us. Wow, this has been a little bit of a long, well, we've got several cards here, and I did shuffle and all that. So anyway, what did we get from our, trying your best is all that matters. The rest's going to fall into place. This guy right here goes so much with the flow that he changes his colors to match his environment. I don't necessarily suggest you do that unless you're fully aware of who you are and what you stand for. But if you are that person who is that confident, please, please be like the cuttlefish. Try your best, no matter what, because that's all that matters. Because when you're trying the best, everything else will fall into place eventually. May not work at first, but that's just because the process you chose to get there isn't quite the right one. And you might need to switch it a little. So I keep saying that at the end of this reading. For weeks now, it's been, if you need to change your process, change your process. Don't worry about it. Don't judge it. And by George, don't judge yourself when you're changing your process. Okay? That's what you're changing it for, because you want it to work for you. So it's got to work for you first. Am I not right? I hope you like this reading. I thank you for being here. Hey, new subscribers, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I hope you like what goes on here and the environment that you get to see. And we'll see you guys on the next one. And hey, remember, together, you guys, together we're gonna thrive. We just have to get all the pieces in place in our process.